again, we're having this discussion,
No,
but
but
you're so sure of yourself, you don't even know the stats.
People with that mindset don't want to hear the truth.
Let me jump ahead to the Bill Maher, Howie Mandel video. Bill is a good friend. I've always stood by him. He is a pursuer of the truth. And here is him schooling Howie Mandel. He's also a great guy, by the way.
How many people do you think the police shoot a year?
I don't know.
See? So you're talking out of your ass.
Well, tell me.
1,000. They shoot about 1,000 people a year.
Okay. And
How many of that are white people?
tell me.
So again, we're having this discussion,
No,
but
but-
you're so sure of yourself, you don't even know the stats.
But why does that stat
Because
affect
you're
me?
talking about how much you have to worry.
Okay.
They shoot about 1,000 people a year,
Mhm.
right?
Right.
Now, in a country of 340 million people, a lot of whom are crazy and a lot of whom are armed, I don't know if that's like a ridiculous number. There are some people the police do have to shoot.
What percentage are white?
3/4.
More white. Wow.
But since blacks are only 14% of the population, that's almost twice the percentage of what it would be.
Right.
Okay,
So there's a problem.
there's a problem. But police also have many more encounters with black people. So you have to figure in all these things.
I want to just, if you'll permit me to follow on with this is a similar moment to what we saw Larry Elder deliver to our beloved Dave Rubin when Dave, what should we say? He converted right there in front of your eye. Here it is.
Give me the most blatant racist example you can come up with right now.
I think you could probably find evidence that, in general, cops are more willing to shoot if the perpetrator is black.
What's your data
than white?
What's your basis for saying that? Last year,
Well, look, I know a lot of people would say, "Look what's going on in Chicago."
I know what they would say.
Yeah.
I'm talking about what the facts are. 965 people were shot by cops last year and killed. 4% of them were white cops shooting unarmed blacks. In Chicago in 2011, 21 people were shot and killed by cops. In 2015, there were 7. In Chicago, which is a third black, a third white, and a third Hispanic, 70% of the homicides are black on black. About 40 per month, almost 500 per year last year in Chicago, and 75% of them are unsolved. Where is the Black Lives Matter on that? The idea that a racist white cop shooting unarmed black people is a peril to black people is BS. It's complete and total BS.
Oh, there's so much here. I give Dave credit because he refers back to that moment so often, and that it takes a big person for all of us to say, okay, let's put our, again, feelings aside and look at the facts and look at the numbers.
Being 250 years of American independence, it's a great time to think about the freedom to do the things you love to do every day. Don't let soreness slow you down. We want to bring your attention to Relief Factor. It's 100% drug-free, research-based formula. Helps support body's healthy response to inflammation. With turmeric, omega-3, resveratrol, Relief Factor is designed to support joint and muscle comfort, mobility, and overall wellness. Whether it's stiffness after exercise, soreness from an active lifestyle, or just the wear and tear of everyday living, Relief Factor can help keep you moving. Ready to get back to doing more of what you love? Right now, you can try Relief Factor's 3-week quick start for the special price, patriotic price, of just $17.76. $17.76. Visit relieffactor.com or call 800-4RELIEF to get started.
I just got done interviewing Gad Saad and suicidal empathy. And he's so incredible, the parasitic mind, all of the things he does and says and continues to educate us on facts, not feelings. And I love Howie Mandel, like love. I think he's absolutely an incredible, kind, empathetic soul.
Agreed.
And it has also taken over a lot of his life in many ways. And it makes him still an incredible soul. And if I see him, I hug him if he'll let me that close, because he's a germaphobe, as we all know. But people with that mindset don't want to hear the truth, don't want to hear that black on black crime is the number one reason for pretty much the vast majority of Black deaths in America. That and abortion. In New York City a couple of years ago, and I think it was just last year, there were more Black babies aborted than born. So people like to glom onto a couple of numbers based on social media videos instead of the actual facts. And it's okay. I don't know that we're going to fully change their mind, but that's the thing. And so when we get the hate for speaking the truth, good on Bill Maher, who continues to do things like this and has put his feelings aside and looked at those facts and educated people.
Do you remember how he got canceled at ABC? The Politically Incorrect was the greatest show of all time. It was so fun to do. And I was on there what's called rapid response team, so I'd go in there all the time. And he's essentially during a monologue one night said, hey, these guys that flew the plane into the World Trade Center, you're calling them cowards. I don't know. It's not so cowardly. It's not a good behavior, like what they did, but I wouldn't call it cowardly. Canceled immediately. I called him. I said, dude, I always have your back. I always have your back. You never say anything wrong. You pursue the truth. And we've sort of bonded on that ever since.
I'll tell you this. I had a very similar moment to Dave Rubin's with a friend in 2020 after George Floyd. And they sent me this clip of Ben Shapiro, which, by the way, was the first time I had ever seen Ben Shapiro, breaking down these statistics. And I was also in the Washington Post because I didn't trust Ben Shapiro at the time, obviously. And it was something like 19 unarmed Black men a year are shot by the police. And it was something like 30-something unarmed white men. And I remember having that Dave moment where, like, my entire worldview was rocked.